yeah, I will start by saying, so I'm very lucky I wasn't targeted with any sort of credible threats, no, danger for my family or myself, anything. So that was good. But essentially what happened was sometime in late last year, um, when we were first started hearing about this triple-demic, right? The children's hospital was overrun. They installed their comfort trailer out front, which was just a construction trailer for overflow, for lengthy waits for all these sick kids. So multiple really serious viral illnesses were spreading, including COVID, influenza, RSV, all those things. It was really a rough time for everyone. So many, I mean, I now know more kids who were hospitalized in that period of time than I have known in my whole parenting journey in 9 years. So it was really severe. And my oldest child got an invitation to a birthday party in that time period. And it was in a large, like, indoor playground. So our family has maintained a level of caution towards COVID, for a variety of reasons, but generally speaking, it's just because we have maintained up to date knowledge about COVID. And we're also personally affected by it very, very early on in the pandemic. We knew multiple people who died very early. And for those reasons, we have continued to be cautious. We know what it's like to have our lives turned upside down by a chronic illness or disability, and we can't risk that in our family. And we don't want to risk our kids' future health. So we're doing what we can to kind of prevent them from contracting COVID repeatedly or other serious viral infections that could harm their long-term health. So I sent out a tweet at the time of this birthday invitation, and it was just like, my kid got invited to a birthday party at an indoor playground, and it's just not safe for us right now. But this means that they're heartbroken. And again, it was one of those things where I was like, I didn't expect that to take off. But I should know better. It's Twitter. I should really know better. And it had a bit of a slow start. Mostly just like my circle is somewhat curated to, yeah, people who share my values. And there's quite a number of COVID cautious people that I'm connected to on Twitter. And so they were just like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, sorry, your kid is really sad. It's understandable. But it's a tweet, right? I didn't talk about, how we worked to work through this and how we've had these open conversations for more than 3 years now with our kids about how, we still see our friends. We just do it differently than we did before. And for us, that means we don't go to indoor playgrounds right now. But yeah, after that took off, it went from 0 to 60 real fast. And it got really out of control. My mentions were dog shit for there's the extreme coarse language. My mentions were straight up dog shit for like several weeks. I
Right.
ended up having to go on private. I ended up going on a blocking spree so severe that I exceeded the rate limit multiple times and ended up having to use a bot to essentially just explode, yeah, my followers and mute and block hundreds of accounts at that point.
Yeah.
And that I can manage. It's Twitter. It's my only kind of unlocked social media. Everything else is very locked down. The thing that made it out of control was that it veered off of Twitter. So there were multiple people who decided that they were going to target me beyond that platform.
Right.
And so, I mean, I use my real name on Twitter, which I know comes with risks. I am fairly easy to Google.
Yep.
And some people Googled me and found out, my business and decided to rampage 1-star reviews on it, say a bunch of nasty things, send me emails through the company website, that kind of stuff. So it really did it did a number on me for a couple of days. I ended up, like I said, I went on private for a little bit and I pretty much just shut the app down and didn't look at it for a few days and just tried to like smother the fire by not giving them attention.
Right.
And then, and I did have luck. There were a couple of very large platforms, like people with 40, 50 plus thousand followers
Yeah.
who decided to screenshot and share after I had gone private. They had the screenshot and they didn't take the time to block my name out. And so I went so far as to contact a bunch of those content curators and just say, hey, like, you're welcome to your opinion. I don't expect that you agree to my decision. But doing this to just a random average person without blocking their name out really opened me up to like a significant amount of targeted harassment. And, shitty comments I can deal. I
Yeah.
don't care. Like, again, I'm on Twitter. I know the deal. But the targeting my business, saying horrible things like she should have her children taken away. Has anybody
Yeah.
called Child and Family Services because she's emotionally stunting them? This is abuse, stuff like that. That to me is going too far. So I basically messaged these content people and I just said like, hey, would you consider taking this down, please? Because it's crossed the line,
Right.
and you didn't bother to try to blank my name out or anything, and I'm just like a random mom from Calgary, and this is too much, and they did actually. So a bunch of them did, one didn't, but
Yeah.
it
The
really did
one.
help stem that.
Yeah.
So yeah, with time it passed and it's resurfaced a couple times, and I've gotten like DMs on Facebook and Instagram every once in a while. This is shared, but yeah, it's moved past me now. So
Yeah, it's not the treat of the week or the new fab
yeah,
what is it, famous thing or I
for
don't I've
15
lost track
minutes,
so
who
many
knows?
things.
They've
All
moved
all
on to
I
something else.
all I know that personally when you number one, I sent you the private message just to say,
Yeah,
hey, know what you're going through. Not know what to go through. I feel for you. Our family feels
yeah,
for you. We have the same thing. Like I've been open. Yeah, I go by ADC, but
mhm,
when you can easily connect it back to my real name, ADC, just because it's Angry Dad Canada. That was my nickname was given to me in radio.
yeah,
So I've just shortened it because I've done a lot of connection in the independent media circuit in the States. So when I come on, it's easier to say ADC than go Angry Dad Canada. And that's,
yeah,
I'm angry, but it not, that's regardless. But yeah, I did show anger towards that right wing religious freedom fighting fuckwaffle that did nothing for you. So, and said that if you're going to come after me, knowing damn well that these guys are the only balls they have are on their truck. So they're never going to come after me because I'm a straight
yeah,
white male and I have white privilege, and you can't you can't hurt me. You can't you it's going to be number one. I'm just going to come back at you again,
yeah,
and who knows how crazy this guy is. Number two, it is the fact that I'm a male, and
yeah,
I'm very adamant about doing that. I mean, um, even just a personal aside, I was the guy who we would go out. A group of us would go out to the bar,
mhm,
and if it would be female friends or whatever, I'd be the guy who would be that boyfriend or be that whatever that would do that. And that's
sorry, I keep walking into the
no,
room.
that's all right. We've got dogs and kids and cats, and like I said, it's a comfortable environment. So I'll keep my language to a minimum
No.
if we got the younger ones there. But
On my call. Okay, go out and close the door, please. Charlie, I can't get you milk right now. Go out and close the door. Thank you. Close the door. Thanks, baby. It's okay.
it's all good. So anyway, yeah, the whole thing was is I pride myself on being that guy who will stand up for, and not saying anyone weaker or anything like that, but just to not yeah, just to be that. So anyway, so that was my way of doing it. I don't know
Yeah,
what the hell it did. I mean, the guy went away from me. Hopefully, went away from you, and like you said,
yeah,
things have cleared up there.
yeah, it did.
Um, the I mean, you've had interviews with mainstream media in regards to your COVID. Like you're saying, your oh, what would we say? The say the neighborhood, like not family, but your connection, your group, the people that your support system. I guess
Community,
that
yeah,
would be
support group.
is has similar values in regards to COVID's not over.
Yeah,
I know that doing shows like this and on YouTube, they'll shut me down because I say the word COVID.
yeah.
I don't
They'll have to
care.
beat that.
It really doesn't matter
Yeah,
for that. But I mean, I continue with that. And the
yeah,
fact is that my family got COVID in January. Thankfully, according to our doctor, it was mild.
yeah.
Mild COVID is
Still
not mild.
sucks.
It sucks ass. Like,
Yeah.
I was battling fevers of, if we want to go Fahrenheit or Celsius, because we're Canadian, we go Celsius. It was 41 degrees. So we're sitting at like, and I was trying to bring it down. Thankfully, we had acetaminophen and uh, pain medication, but our daughter had it prior, and she's 10.
Yep.
And that's when, at the time, there was a shortage of children's pain relief. I mean, depending on where you are, there still is. Not $80 million worth, but there's still a little bit of a shortage in certain places. And